Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Plami, and in this episode of Cartoon Reactions I'm gonna be finishing off my current reactions for Fullmetal Alchemist with episode 9, Be Thou for the People, and episode 10, The Phantom Thief. And what I mean by that is, not that I'm gonna never react to Fullmetal Alchemist again, it's just that for at least the next 2 weeks I'm not gonna be uploading any new cartoon reactions, most likely, because there are some K-pop reactions that I want to do. I want to take a few days to write some new chapters of my ongoing zombie story, Dead Inside, which you can check out on Wattpad. The link is in the description. And start my playthrough of the next game that I planned to play, which is called Twin Mirrors. So you can be excited for that if you watch my gaming videos. And because of that, that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next 2 weeks. So for now, I hope that we're gonna end up this recording session with some good episodes. But I gotta say, I'm still not over what happened in the last video, in the last 2 episodes. Like, that was so fucked up with the dog and the child. Like, it's so fucked up. I wouldn't be surprised if I dream about it tonight when I go to bed, because it's so fucked up. But yeah, I think at this point we're past that. I can't wait to see where the show is going to go, and when I'm gonna learn more about that person who put out the Chimera out of its misery. So without further ado, let's get into episode 9, Be Thou for the People, in 3, 2, 1.
Don't you think you have enough souvenirs for one trip?
What? But you told me you'd buy me anything I wanted today. Isn't that right, Ed?
Yeah.
Ed, I love these high-carbon chrome steel cutting shears. They'll cut through anything and never rust. Can I have
Man,
this
it's still weighing on Ned, isn't it?
Sir, could you add the sewing machine oil to my tab?
Of course!
Here. This is for you. Without me around, you'll have to take care of your own auto mail.
I have to do this now that the state has me on a leash, but there's no reason you should suffer too.
We're brothers. If we don't help each other, no one will. Your lines, remember?
Besides, it's not gonna be fun if you're going on it
I
alone.
expect to see you back home.
We're not going back.
Ed,
Winry, there's no home left for us to return to.
You're right.
Look, I think I can see it.
So that's the last town to the east. Use well.
I mean, they're pretty much doing the exact same shit that they've been doing for the previous,
Looks
like,
more like a ghost
6
town to me.
episodes, where they're just going around and helping people.
Everyone here looks so warm.
Which is a pretty
Doesn't
cool
look like there's gonna be
vehicle
much to
for
do here.
doing
Let's hurry
episodic
and finish
stories.
so we can blow this out. It's business. In fact, I've come here to inspect the coal mine.
Uh-oh.
Inspect.
They don't like
Part
that.
of the military?
Well, yeah. I'm a state alchemist. Cool, huh?
Yeah, I figured.
Hey, what was that for?
We have no food or beds to offer any dogs of the military. You one of them too?
Well, no, not.
He's got nothing to do with it. I just met him on the train on the way here.
Fine then. You can sleep on the street like the rest of the dogs.
Your dad sure feels strongly about it.
Of course he does. Everyone around here hates the stupid army. And that greedy sucker Yoki who's in charge of this place is the worst of all of them.
Yoki.
And now he's got that.
There's gotta be a
sneaky
reason
little
why
state alchemist
the
to do all the
sergeant
dirty
is
work.
sending
Alchemists
Edward
beat
here.
out for the people. That's their crock of a slogan. But the only people that care
It's not
about
just a
are
simple
their own
mission.
damn selves.
He's testing him.
But, sir,
They're self-righteous thugs who sell their soul to the state.
She's an alchemist, isn't she? Fucking pussy, hiding behind a woman. What kind of man are you? And I don't really like using that kind of language, but what kind of man are you to hide behind her?
What?
No, you can't!
You brat.
Oh, Kyle!
Now beating up a
We
kid?
just want him to be an example.
Please, no!
Fuck yes! Fuck yes, Edward.
Who the hell are you?
When I heard the lieutenant would be dropping in, I thought I'd come by and say hello.
I wish nothing more than to do all that I can do for the state.
Ooh.
Bon appetit.
I hate bootlickers. I hate bootlickers. I'd rather die than be a bootlicker.
You eat pretty well considering the economic conditions of this town.
Times are tough for all of us. I tell you,
Oh,
I've had
fuck
plenty of
you.
trouble collecting taxes. And those miners can be so brutishly obstinate sometimes, as you saw.
Fuck you, you one
By obstinate, you
percenter
mean asserting their rights
bastard.
and refusing to pay you more than they earn.
See, you get it. I knew you were a man of great understanding.
To understand the world, we have only to follow one basic principle. Equivalent exchange, the founding law of alchemy. You can't get without giving, right?
Absolutely.
Well, the rich don't play by these rules, so
I
no.
myself have long conducted business under a similar guiding principle, in the spirit of which,
Lyra? We've got nowhere to go back to, and that's fine, because we chose it. But, I don't know, maybe equivalent exchange goes further than we thought. Al, what you're about to see stays just between us.
Is he gonna use the ghost?
Elizabeth?
you want to buy the Uswell coal mine?
That's... And it ain't gonna be cheap, to use your phrase. You remember equivalent exchange, don't you? After all, not only is this deed written on high-grade parchment, it's got gold leaf trim on the edges. It comes in a box decorated...
Don't play with them, they're gonna kill you,
in a
Edward.
nonchalant yet at the same time luxurious design. Oh yeah, this is craftsmanship. And the key's sterling silver. Yeah, I'd say it's gotta be worth around 200K.
200? For the deed to Uswell?
That's all? Really?
You know, now that I think about it, a room at the inn costs 200,000.
God damn it, you're being such a snaggy asshole.
Equivalent exchange.
But our inn was destroyed last night.
Really? Then what's that over there?
He rebuilt it. God damn, what a fucking badass.
You again.
I love Edward. He's
So
great.
this should cover my stay here, right?
Yes, of course, Ed.
Good. It's an even trade. To heart!
But you are an alchemist of the state. How can you defy the military you serve?
Because the state is not the ultimate arbiter of good.
Because I never sold my soul to them.
I hate nationalists. I did not expect to see so many different people having different ways of using alchemy without having to draw the stupid circle all the time. But it's actually kind of fun.
Seize the deed from...
Sorry, sir.
Great.
Thanks to the incident there, the state has decided to reorganize the personnel at the Eastern Command Center who oversaw the coal mine.
Really? That should make our jobs a little easier when we head east. It's almost as though Elric did you and I a favor by going there.
Don't tell me you planned this from the start.
He did. He fucking did.
Come on. You think I know everything? I wonder how pretty the women out east are.
As for
God
Elric,
damn it.
seems his
What a
reputation is already
mastermind.
spreading throughout the
He's
city.
really growing on me.
They're
I
saying
mean,
there's
I
a
already
champion
like
of
him, but
the
he's
people
really,
military dog.
he's really cool. I like him a lot. So, that was actually a pretty fun episode. I really enjoyed it. We did need more fun and happy-go-lucky episode. And for an episodic episode, I actually liked it quite a lot. It was very enjoyable, a little self-contained story. I found myself actually really liking these kind of stories in the last year or so, for some reason, over overarching stories. Although I still appreciate overarching stories, but having a good self-contained story, it's so much better because you can just put it on and watch it whenever you want, and you're gonna still enjoy it. but in a certain way I still have to have all the background surrounding it, so it's not necessarily the best thing ever, you know. But it was a really fun episode. I like how they resolved it, and I love that the sergeant sent Ed there, not only most likely for testing him and seeing how well he does, but also for his own good as well, to make his life easier, you know. It was pretty fun, although I don't understand why the hell at the end of the episode we're suddenly 3 years later. I feel like this show has been very, I don't know what's the word for it, not lenient, but like very nonchalant with its time jumps, because we did have in that one episode where they were going to do the exams for being an alchemist, we had like a month happen in one episode, and that was like a little confusing because it doesn't feel like a month has passed. And in this case it's suddenly 3 years later. Like, what? I don't understand why they did that, but I guess we're gonna find out in the next episode. But yeah, it was a pretty fun episode with some cool moments and cool action scenes. And I enjoyed it a lot. In terms of its rating, I think I'm gonna give it an 8.3 out of 10. Because I already said it was a really fun episode. Surprisingly fun, if I gotta be honest. I really enjoyed it. It's not one of the best episodes, but I might just like it for the feeling that it gives me. It's just so funny and so entertaining. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I guess let's get into the next episode, which is gonna be the final out of this recording reaction session, that being episode 10, The Phantom Thief. So let's get into it in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, brother, wanna double the bet?
Suit yourself.
Sorry, I've got a full house.
I'm sorry too. Royal flush.
No way! I thought for sure I'd win for once. Okay, this time I'm gonna...
I quit. I'm bored.
Bored? Bored of what? Winning? You haven't lost yet. Why don't you lose on purpose for a while?
It's not about the cards, Alan.
Feels kind of like we're playing hooky, don't you think?
Stop being so...
What do we have here? What an oddly good hand of cards.
Cheater!
Ed, you cheater! Come back. I want everything you won from me. And I thought I was just unlucky.
Clara?
Injection?
Yeah, just a poke.
No, get away from me! I don't need it!
It's just a little needle. You'll be fine.
I feel better. Oh,
Don't be a baby. Take off your coat.
I hate you, Al! Why do you want to sell out your own brother? You're
You
evil!
don't mean that.
I'll turn you all into fish!
Oh yeah, she's clearly the
You're all
the
done.
criminal.
That didn't hurt at all, did it?
Fast work. You didn't even notice.
And after all that fuss,
Yeah, so what's your point?
we all have to grow up sometime, right?
So, is the rude commentary included in the
I don't think not liking needles has anything to do with age. It's literally an actual phobia.
Gorgeous, too. I can't
But I
see
personally don't
anything
have it,
wrong.
but I still don't like needles.
That's a weird...
I'm kind of surprised you took this job.
Guess I'm just curious. Yet another way to use alchemy to do wrong.
I'm glad that you're very self-aware about this show, Edward. I mean, of course, when the main character is somebody who does alchemy, of course the villains are gonna be people who do bad alchemy.
Come on, Al!
It's just natural. What are you doing, Edward?
Pen siren.
Oh my god!
I didn't mean that!
You've never fought with a woman before, have you? Makes for a whole new style of action.
What is happening right now?
Hey! That was a dirty trick!
It's a shame I can't show you my face. It's a real treat. Sleep tight, pipsqueak.
Who are you calling a pipsqueak? You know, I'd be tall too in here!
Okay, this show does not fuck around.
You think I could keep track of a 7-foot suit of armor?
How did this shit fly again? I'm so confused.
What's going on here? Don't tell me that flake tricked us.
That couldn't be. Claire's the last person who would do something like that. This has to be a mistake.
The only
Told
mistake
you.
here is inside that metal skull of yours, Al. She's robbed you of your senses and played you like a freaking harp.
Don't say that, brother. You know what'll happen.
Brothers shouldn't argue. It's sinful.
What?
Am I imagining this?
Wish you were.
It's terrible about the hospital. I tried to save it, but I couldn't get the money in time. I was devastated. The guilt was too much. I didn't know how to go on. So I became a nun.
Are you kidding me?
It has to be a mistake. Maybe she couldn't find someone to sell
Have
it.
your brains turned to mush? She's a con artist now. She's been snowing us for a good laugh. The only saving she's doing is in her bank
Don't
account.
start that again. That's not how she is.
Do I need to put you two boys in a corner?
Are you kidding me?
It's funny. Every crook I meet wants to tell me how much I'm just like them. But there's a big difference between us and the burdens we bear.
Yes, Bear. Love to.
Why are you attacking him?
See you, kid.
He's pretty badass, isn't he? You're underwater, dumbass.
That was pretty sharp, kid. I'm sure you're gonna be a fine grown-up. When you are, let's do this deal again. It's always more fun when it's a woman and a man.
Okay, this one was a little bit of a dumber episode and a little confusing, but there were some really funny moments in the second half of the episode. But it was a little bit worse than the last one. It was less cohesive, which just bothered me a little bit because I couldn't really predict or understand what exactly was happening. Like what was happening with her lying about the hospital, lying about the church and the school and everything. And I know they explained it, and it makes sense, and it was a funny joke, but it's just a little confusing at first, especially when I'm doing a reaction like this, where for me to be able to actually react and comment on stuff, I have to understand what is happening, and it is really confusing for me, especially considering I'm kind of really tired. But at least this is the last video for today, so I'm gonna go to sleep right after this. But yeah, again, this was another of those episodes that focuses on an episodic villain of the week kind of thing. And again, I kind of like this kind of approach. I feel like when you do an freak of the week kind of thing, you can experiment more with cool concepts and cool set pieces and everything, which you can also do with an overarching plot, I guess. But I don't know, I've really started to appreciate episodic stories like this in the last year or so with shows like Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond as well, which is The Walking Dead World Beyond. And now I'm even appreciating those kind of stuff with cartoons like this one. But definitely in terms of rating, this is probably gonna get like a 7.1 out of 10. Because even though it was fun and it was entertaining, I wouldn't call it great. But still, I'm glad that we actually had some cool off in these two episodes after the brutal episodes 7 and 8, which, God, I still can't stop thinking about it. So whoever wrote this show really knew how to structure it really well. But yeah, again, I'm gonna repeat, it's gonna be a little bit until I get back to reacting to TMNT Fullmetal Alchemist again, but I'm gonna try not to take longer than 2 weeks at most. But still, I can't promise for sure, so I hope you're not gonna be mad at me if I take this long again, but I hope I won't. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out in the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you have enjoyed my stories or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to Patreon where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going. Help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!